How does it look? Okay. Okay, let me check if I have feedback on the screen. And then we will get started with the OSL on these guys. So I have 6 of them. There are Stormfans for Skaven, Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, game by Games Workshop, and oh, here we go. Whoops. Okay, please allow me a second. Okay. Okay, cool. Ready to get started. Very good. Perfect. Okay, just like that. So yesterday, let me show you what I did yesterday in the live. Finished this guy, and so as you can see, there is these cracks on the floor. Also, these pipes and crystals emitting some green light, and also this rune here, well, micro details, and that's what I'm painting. This one is finished. You see with some nice OSL here, like this from the pipe. Hello Betty Boop, and thank you for joining here under the gun. And basically everywhere, pretty much everywhere, you could find this green light. So here glowing from the pipe on this the bag and the backpack here, oh, the little rider here. And so that's a lot of work, but I think that creates great ambience for this Skaven. So now, today is the 5th of the 6th in total. The front is pretty much finished. You see all the reflection here, and also the edge highlight, the claw here. It was a huge amount of work, and here pretty nice reflection. I've done the back this morning, so here again the same reflection, and the arms, armor, tail, some light coming from the pipes here. So this, yes, I have to finish the whole little rat and the backpack, but also I've started to do a few reflections here, and yeah, so okay, yeah, so here I have to refine that, and so let's do it now. I have a medium green and a dark green, and so the lightest of the reflection is this one, and this I used to tone down the reflection and blend also, and so that's what I'm using now to just redo them here. The edges of this, it's a bit too drastic, so let's do it. So I'm framing the lighter green with this dark green, and it really helps. Whoops. So here I have to blend slightly like this. And it really gives a lot of depth to this OSL, so it's not only some green splattered on the armor, but it just behaves like normal light. You would have highlights and shadows, but all tinted green. Doesn't mean that everything would be the same value. And I think if you look at great OSL, that's what bring it a step further, is this depth, highlight and shadows. And that's why here I have my dark green. Also help me correct any kind of mistake I've done. Well, not all the mistake, I mean painting mistakes, right? It's not dark green that will help you correct the mistake of your entire life, but that's a good start for the painting. You see, I'm just feathering on the edge, like this. Yes, and again here. Trying to have a pretty smooth result, and even here I think it's a bit drastic, but also, you know, can be justified because it's very close to the light source, which is the ground. And I will redo the recess right after. And so, in fact, if there is a mistake, I would rather have it go inside here. I'll do it right now. Take a bit of black and how to say, like, dilute it with water so it flows easily in the recess. And this is the easy part of the job, like this. And now I have a thin line. So we'll reframe it again with the darker green. Again, diluted. I would rather do several passes. And you see when I just glaze here, you see the third color it creates when it is glazed over the lighter green. Of course, because I keep transparency, I tint the darker that is not green and the lighter green that becomes darker. So that's also here, yeah, I will smooth that out as well. I've been a bit too drastic in the application, it happens. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Yeah, here on something very subtle. Here it's a bit too strong. You see, just to give a hint. And so if it's too strong, then the effect kind of disappears. So it has to be controlled. But here, I think, okay, a little bit more here and there. I think I will reaffirm getting back to the light green, well, the medium green not this one. Not this one. This a hint is better. Works better. But for some of it, I come and reassert the light. So here, for instance, I have lost a bit. Also, it kind of work like this. Just do something with more nuance. Nuance, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you see here now it's pretty fine. I get that gradient in very thin line, very crisp and sharp. That's what sells the illusion. If it's too thick, it looks like a big brushstroke, and so that's not what you want. So it's not my favorite part, having these very thin lines. It's critical, so you gotta put in the work. Okay, now let's reaffirm that. And so you see in that color, I'm doing that, taking that medium green, that is my highlights, and I will just hit the center of that. It's a bit of a messy job, but let's see if I can wipe the outside right away. I should be able to. If not, I will just glaze again this dark green. I think it's working. And you see this way is a lot easier to work. Oh, okay, I think it's working. Yeah, I will glaze some dark green. Trying this time, less water to keep this more lighter green in the center at the very, very edge of the, let me see, okay. Something like this. Okay. And again, try again. I think the painting is back and forth, back and forth and back and forth. Try another angle to see if I have more success like this. Yeah, I do. So it's just like I said, a bit in the recess, but that's the list of the really easy problem to fix. So that's all right. Acceptable. How you call that? Collaterals. So as I'm painting the other edge as well, I will wipe it right away. That's fine. Okay. So here's a bit of a struggle, but I think I have to be perseverant. Okay, something like this. I will let it dry. Of course, you see from that angle it was a lot easier. This is because I cannot access like this, and so I have frontal angle for an edge highlight is definitely not what you want, but I do with what I have. Okay. It's not obnoxious, so that's a start. It can be better. Of course, it is very small, but you are used to it if you paint miniatures, so that's not valid excuse like, oh, it's too small. Yeah, it's in miniature. It's in the name. So, up, keep up the good work. Keep faith in your work. It's okay. I will wipe the edges of that very thin glaze just to make sure I have no stain. Like this, you see. And we can say it looks good from afar. It's far from looking good. Oh, still, there is big difference between this one and this one here. I think I'll have to redo, and just like I have just done, do just a very thin edge like this. Yeah, that's a good angle. Let's try. Let me glaze one last time here. Well, hopefully one last time. Yeah, something like this. Okay. And now just feathering slightly. Okay, so that's really fine now. And then I will do the same here. So just in the center, like this section, let me show you. This section here, like this, that not the edges and stuff. Let's try. It's working, nice. I'll do it again. And now it's the opposite. It's harder to do the line there because I should attack from the lower angle, but because of the base, I don't have this option. I think it's perfect, in fact, like no need to do too much. Yeah. Less is more. Perfect like this. Well, perfect like this, you know what I mean? It's good enough, that's what I mean. Okay, let's check. I think I have a lot of edge. Oh, okay, yes, I remember. Let me check. Reaffirm these just in the center. Oops, too much. It's okay. Okay, that's all right. Oh yeah. So I had to do all of this back here. I remember now the triangles here, edge highlighting. And that's why I like to do one area and finish it before I do the next one. Otherwise, I just keep forgetting. I think it would be faster if I could remember and keep the same color, but I don't like the, feels like batch painting. And sometimes it's all right, but usually I don't like it. And so this is the light coming from the ground. So that's the challenge I had with this. That's why I wanted to do it this way, to try to have different light sources that are very easy to identify. And because there are many light sources, it's easy to, start to make a mess and stuff. I have 3 brushes in total. Each has its own job, really. And you see how this edge highlight is transforming the OSL. Sometimes it's a bit tricky, but I think it's really worth it. All right, because the job painting is just like magic trick, is to have the illusion without making it look like an illusion or something you have that done to convey that effect. You have to see the effect, not to think about what the painter has done to try to convey the effect. Hope it makes sense. Like the best paint job is when you look at the miniature and you think that's really it. And it happened once to me when I looked at a paint job. I cannot remember the name of the painter, but he had made a beautiful ambience of blue from the side. I think it was an Ogreen miniature, or it was this, oh yeah, I know, it was this like Chaos Ogreen for how is it called, the game, like Blackstone Fortress. And my brain took some, like, more than a second, you see, to realize it was like added blue effects. I was just drawn into the ambience, and so I was blown away by the execution of that. And yes, I think there is a lot to learn from watching pictures on the internet, for sure. And now, I think now it's really open. Knowledge is so open, it's so easy to learn. You'll have these guys, pros, sharing their NMM and OSL and blah, blah, all for free. That's really easy to learn. Of course, you could take some classes if you think it's worth it, but there is a lot of already content available for free. So what a time to be painting. Always pushing the limits of what is possible. Pushing further, it's incredible. I think it's incredible. And so here I am, just trying to, create, and within that time of epicness for the miniature painting. Like even if you look at beginners, and you will look at what they can do with contrast and stuff, whether or not you support it or not, but such a tool to get something done, even if you are an absolute beginner. It's really great. "20 years ago, it was just some dreadful paint, or just any paint would be designed for miniature would be dreadful. So it was a miracle if you could. If you look at the Golden Demon entries, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. The level of the first entries, I think, started to get really close to what we have today, but although it's constantly getting better, I think around 2010. And but before that, wow, you look at that, I think 1980 something started. Wow, it was it was kind of dreadful. But you have to remember, yeah, I think this, now we have all these artists from different, like real Canva painters that have brought all the techniques, classic techniques like NM and stuff. It has been around for millennia, or just one or more. I don't know, when was that movement exactly, but centuries for sure. So here I cannot do my edge highlight because my paint is too thin, and it's running. Yeah, I'll keep it. It's okay. No, never mind. So really, it's not my favorite part, but the effect is so great that it is compulsory step if you want to really sell the effect. So, oh my god. Yes, okay. So you see, I'm turning the model around to really have the best. Here, the edge is not that sharp. Yeah, I'll keep it. It's a bit thick, but okay. You see, for the overall definition, bring so much already. Okay, let me rinse my brush. It was starting to get a bit, how do you call that? Firm or stiff because of the paint drying inside. Okay. Okay, the same on the other side. Really just to increase the readability, and indeed is getting some light from here and there. Oof. Okay, let me clean that in the very center here. Okay, very good. Cleaning up the mistake. Oh, nice. Okay, because that edge is very smooth. Well, yeah, that was a bit thick there, but you know, things. Okay, let me check. I'm trying to. Well, even to correct is really hard here, like this. Just hoping for something. Let's check. I think somewhat. It's a bit better. Not sure, but that will be like this because this is really not a friendly angle. But okay, so the backpack, good. I will now take my bigger brush, and this brush I love to use it to do this kind of here effect, because you see, because of this, the tip here you see, it's a very kind of stippling, very good for a sort of stippling, so it's very smooth, and it works better than a very thin brush. So I have to unload the paint quite a lot, and then like this I will stipple, hopefully in the center of the thing. Yeah, like this. And now it looks a bit drastic, and that, but when it will dry, it will be a lot better. I will not touch that. I think it's you know, don't need much more. I will touch this. Yes, indeed. So this area here is taking some light from this pipe, and because it's a metal, I do a specular highlight. Whoops. So once I get used to how the brush behaves, I can still do these very small dots. So in fact, that's fine enough, although it's a big brush. And here in the center, just reaffirming the highlights. I have something like this, especially when it dries. It's good enough. Maybe here a little bit more. Yep, exactly, like these little dots. That's exactly what I need. And oh yeah, here as well. It's basically almost everywhere. I have this light on the metallic. I just go a bit further than the rest because the metal is more reflective. But you see, well, now it's drastic because the paint has not dried, but when it will dry, it will be smoother. But even more drastic like this on metal, it works fine. Let me check if I have any other areas where I should have some work. I think this is pretty much okay. Smoothing up the whole thing here, adding a bit of light like this. That's why I like the big brush. Can do that like this, and it's pretty diffused, and so it helps with the blend. Yeah, pretty cool. I think that will be it for this. This is all right. If you see anything off, you tell me in the chat. I will have a look. Sometimes, because when I paint, I look at the model so much that sometimes I don't see it anymore. I don't know if it makes sense. I'm looking for specific things, and I don't really see what it is anymore. I think that's good enough here like this. Oh, here I should have some light as well. Greenish stuff like this. And that will be enough. Don't need to work that so much. This area, I don't know how to paint it. These antennas here. Maybe it's just some of that bronze here. Nothing too fancy. Let's try something here. It's very risky because this one is, I'm not the most happy with it, in fact. I think yeah, tone down is a bit better. Okay, let me tone that down, and then I will use this for what? Oh yeah, sure. I have to do here behind. Okay, some of the awareness up there. Very good. Okay, so now it's dark green. Dark green is happy because it's easier to blend a dark color than a light color, because the lighter, the more white, and the more white, the more stains it makes. Because the white pigment is the largest we have, hence the stains. So here, I'm not sure of what I've done. I have a Linkin Park songs popping in my head. But lucky you, I'm not in the mood for singing. That would be a memorable experience in a bad way. Okay, a bit of precision while I'm toning down the thing. Yeah, something like this, in fact, it's pretty cool. Very toned down is what I need. And a bit wider really is also good here to have more green there. Yeah, arguably the whole thing could be green, except, yeah, something like this. Let's see when it dries. Okay. Okay. Maybe this should be a lot, when it doesn't work like this. Usually it's because the reflection should be a lot wider. So let's try, you know? This is a very common mistake, is to have an OSL reflection that is too narrow, and that's why it doesn't work. So with that in mind, I'm just trying to see if it works better. But I think already, yes. And I could even have a secondary here. Okay, let's do it. I will have it continue up to here. Okay, I will let it dry and see. Like this. So in the meantime, I'll do this here. Have to tone down the green on the edges. First, I will tone up the edges in the green in the center with this, and in the center is just in the center of the here, because there is a small, you see, cable here. I haven't really finished it, but it will emit some light just like the others, just like the other cables. Okay. Now I'm finding the shape of the reflection. So I'm redoing a whole reflection. It's not what I wanted to do just because it takes a good amount of time, but seems to be what I have to do, so. It's a bit better, you see. So if it's straight, then it's not really great, but well, I mean the reflection at least. Um, if it has a bend, you know, following the curve, having something original, then creates a lot of interest. Reflects the difference in the Okay, we'll let it dry and come back later. Try to have something thinner and bent like this. Okay, I'll take my other brush, this one. So okay, if it's a bit rough, it's just more of a draft now than anything. Okay, let me think now. Whew. Do I like it or not? I think I don't. And so here there is a problem. And so you see I'm constantly switching between the darker green and the lighter green. Glazing over each other to have smooth transitions. And so here my consistency is a bit thicker, so I just keep it on the edges to darken the edges. And here, let me think. Yeah, no, I don't like it at all. And so, you know what? I will cover the whole thing with my green brown. In fact, I will start with my dark. Yeah, I think I will try to do one reflection, but here. So that's the dude. He's not stable psychologically. Yes, no, he isn't. The more I was working on it, the less I liked it. So, you know. Yeah, this is all right. Okay, it's fine enough. And then I will wait for it to dry. And then I will do, I don't know what yet. Okay. So see here it's about it. Behind the thing here, it's good enough. Now up there. Okay, something like this. Okay, okay. Fine enough here. Up here, have enough contrast. Okay. Yeah, behind there is cool as well. I believe it's good enough. Looking beautiful so far, just getting into the hobby, and it's incredible seeing what experienced people can do. Damer Chant, thank you very much. It's a good hobby. Even though if you're starting, I think you can experience the joy of the painting as soon as you start. So that's really satisfying. Let me think of. Yeah, okay, the pack is done. Yeah, the little rat. But first, okay, now this is dry, and so I will start to work back. First, I will put some that black, that very dark green here to redefine the general ambience here. And also, I'll take some of that green, that brown. It's a bit light, but hopefully this glaze will be pretty, something like this, because this is more facing up than down, and so hopefully it will be a bit more brownish than the green down there. Just a hint, I think is enough. Wait for it to dry. Oh, something like this. Okay, I'll come back with some more green, less diluted this time here. I really want to have this green ambience everywhere. I think everywhere is cool. And just feathering on the edges like this. So I'm kind of where I started. I don't know if you were there when I did. I started to do a reflection on there. Didn't like it, so I used my almost black, which is tenebrous gray, and started over. And now I'm pretty much where I started minutes ago. It was not too long, so it's all right. Okay, so this is done. This up here, let's say it's done. Oh, I have this guy, little guy. So here I will take my finer brush and my medium green and do all the edge highlights on this guy. Let me think. A bit more water in the brush. Okay, let's do it. Whoops, savage. Okay. Rinsing my brush and starting over again. Okay, so here, yeah, he would have something here from this pipe on the head like this, the brain, I mean. And then the center of the face. Oops. Okay, and then I will refine with a dark green. Yeah. Oops. Oh, and the feet. Yes, the leg and feet. This, yeah, should have also something. Oh yeah, just like that. Yeah. So any mistake I will correct later, but now I want to kind of dry brushing. I want to really establish the highest lights. Reloading, that's my black green, that's my dark green, lovely color from AK. Reloading, so I have fresh paints. Okay. So I have fresh paint on the palette, that's what I meant. Okay. Yeah, let's see what we get here. One reflection in the center. Let's try, you know. I will let it dry. Oof. Drop of water. Okay. Oops, not diluted enough. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Here, okay. Let me check. Okay, and then I will retake the highlights in the center of the face, and I will have a nice gradient. So you see what I've done? Started with the medium green, which is pretty light, darkened and glazed with this dark green, and then going back with the light green for the last highlights. Well, the last highlights, if I applied them correctly. Okay. So it's definitely possible to do the OSL with the brush. The airbrush, of course, is I think is good for the base coat of the OSL. And so started with a very dark green, with my dark green, in fact, here, airbrushed, and then I had one step like this to highlight. But if you airbrush with a color, it doesn't get its full potential. And so over the airbrush coat, I had one brush pass of this, and now it's back and forth between this and that to refine with the brush. So what you see here, I'll do it with the brush because I had a little accident. Let's call that an accident. Or, you know, it's just research, painting research. I think that's the process, part of the process. I'm afraid, yes, I will reload my green paint, shaking well, and then so I have a thicker consistency, because what is on my palette now is pretty diluted with time. It stays on the palette and gets diluted. Okay. I work it in the bristles of the brush, you see here. And so it's like loaded, well loaded, but not too much too heavy on the tip. Let's see how it works. Hopefully it will work. Yeah, no, not enough water, it's not coming off the brush. Okay. Now checking. Okay, I'll take my dark green. Let me check if I have anything. I think the rest is all right. Maybe a little bit of gradient here on the shoulders. Like that, and the same on the other side. Yep, okay. Your son looks beautiful. I'm sorry, mate. I'm afraid I don't understand. Oh, yeah, well, thank you very much, Skaven, for Warhammer, and OSL, specifically working on the OSL now. I will use black to redo the recesses here, so let's go. Whoops. Okay, something like this. Okay. So I have a bit more definition, and I will finish to correct with some of the dark green, because here there is a bit of a blooper, I may say. So I'm going over it again, but as part of the process, if I want to have, well, of course, I would like to do it perfect on the first try, but it's not happening. Okay, something like this, and I will reassert. And I think I have a good definition. Okay, so now it's time for very precise work. Let's do it. Oops. Okay, more or less. And then I will keep on refining. Oops. I guess it's fine enough. Something like this. Okay. Yep. All right. Okay, so basically now what I have left to do. Okay, I will do here a little edge highlight. I remember, yeah, something like this because of this pipe. Yes, reaffirm this here because when I did the darkening, kind of lost some of it. Okay. Okay. Right. So now, let me check. I think, yeah, what I have left to do is this. I brought trouble to myself trying to do something funky and I kind of failed and I restarted and then now I'm left wondering what I should do here. So here the backpack. Oh yeah, okay, I will refine. First I will refine slightly the tail of the little rats. I was a bit too... went a bit too strong at this. Let's tone the whole thing down. And then I will restart with the green. Okay. Yes, nice. Let me check if I have anything else. Oh yeah, the last step would be the inside of the clothes here. You see, there is all these ridges here. It would be a good amount of work as well. I think this is pretty much done here. Here as well. Okay. A bit of an edge here that I could do. Oops. And here as well, yes. Oops. Oh. Yeah, if it's too strong. Okay. Do it again. Just try to be a bit more gentle. Okay, somehow something like this. So you see this guy. a lot of green, but trying to keep something that is coherent. I think it's all right. It's not too much, but at the same time, it's also the main element on the miniature. Really, it's meant to be like this. Whoops. Sigh. Or something like this. Good enough. Way too much. Okay. Yeah, that's done. Done. Okay, and now, so yeah, this last reflection really. What did I say? So this face. Oh yeah, okay. Try something. And this, and one big reflection here. I think. Oh. So this is just sketching. um, trying to find the shape that works here. Um, okay. You're getting closer to a shape. I think that would work. You see, I think should get, so here on the two edges, down and up, it should get a bit higher up like this. So let's try. Oh, you see from afar, if you squint, it's like, start to become something that is believable. And that's, okay, I will let it dry. I can rest my left arm because it's been holding the miniature for 104 minutes. Ooh, so that's an hour 40, nice. Ooh. I have very strong left arm. Oh, wound. Painting is dangerous. Okay. Stretching a bit as it dries. And you see, I think it has potential to be interesting. So I think it's worth it. And, you know, any challenge is interesting because if you can solve it, then you become better. So that's what we are here. That's why we are here, sorry. poor English that I have. Yes, it is, because it's not my native tongue, so excuse my English. It is not Oxford English. Okay. I think that the expression would be excuse my French, right? When you say, like, I don't know, I don't know how to say that in English, but like swear, when you swear. Yes, exactly. Excuse my French. I'm just trying. Would you believe that? That's too much. I will let it dry and feather the edges and tone it down, but okay, at least. Let me check while it is drying if I haven't forgotten anything else. But I would say, oh yeah, the inside here. Okay, except the inside here. The rest is decent enough. To be considered finished. So yeah. Creative Compy said, hi, hello Creative Compy. Welcome to this painting session. Painting these Skaven people, rat folks. Often misunderstood, they are the good guys, you know. Okay, let's see when it is dry. Trying to tone it down, and then I will come back with a lighter version. So I'm blowing on the model so to make it dry faster. I want to finish this before I do the clothes inside. Or finish, at least have it into a state that is better. Okay, it's dry. Let's do it again. Okay, we'll wait for it to dry. Here, really, the most important is not to get everything smooth, but to get a shape that looks good. And I think it's all right. Starting to look like something. Of course, has to be refined slightly. And you know what? I think, in fact, in the middle should be pretty weak, but I will just, like a double triangle. I don't know if you see what I mean. So here there is kind of triangle going up and this triangle going down. I think that's, I'm having the idea that this is what would work. And kind of tone down like this. Okay, so as it dries, I will do the inner of the clothes. But I think for the inside of the clothes, I would need a green that is already lighter than this. Let me try with my medium green, but I think I need lighter one. Let's see if it has any effect. Ah, I think it does. Okay. Yeah, no. That's too light. Too light. Well, too light of an effect to really bring something. Ha! How does it look? Yes. Just continue. Go on. Make it happen. I think that will be something like this. And now it looks very reflective. Oh wow, I don't know if anybody that is still watching now was here when I started my first reflection and then disliked it, cover it whole black and then redo it again. It was a long time ago, but it was during this live. You know what? Yeah, I think it's good. I won't touch it anymore. Just something like this, and really, if there are some imperfections and stuff, I think it's fine. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh. Now, yes, I'm doing again the edge highlight. It's fine enough, I believe. Yeah, okay. What else? Oh, yes, okay. Underneath this kind of cone here, the spike, there would be some light, so and the other side. Okay. Oh, something also here. I'm pretty happy with that, guys. So that's the most important, is really to keep going. And Angelio, what do you have to lose? Time? Well, we're here to learn and, you know, to try our best. And so, except if really like you have to paint for an army, for competition deadline stuff, you know, if you have some time, take, well, I mean, that's my spirit at least. Take the time, do it right. Okay, that's good enough. This here, just okay. Nice, 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 nice. Cool. Better. Okay, and yeah, now I have to do this inside. Okay, so I'm going to take this very, very light green here, kind of shake it well. I'm use my machine. It's a bit noisy, sorry. Like this. Something like this. Okay. Old pot, very old pot. But it's holding up, so that's great. Oof. hopefully it goes well. Oops, it's dried or what? Oh, it is noticeable, okay. Let me think for a second. Okay, and how could I make that faster? I think a dry brush would, you see, because this is just the edges, and so let me think. You know what? Okay. Let me try this brush and see if it goes inside. Oops, and if it does, well, let's try with this one. Yeah, so if I would have to go there. Well, but then I have 6 here. I'm not sure. I think I would touch this, the thing, like the ball I have in the middle, the light bulb. Okay, let's try again then. I think I think I won't do it up to the end. You know, let's say the light diminishes, because it's getting harder and harder. So let's first do that and see the results. This, you see, it comes out and I have room for the brush, so this is pretty perfect for what I'm doing. In fact, yeah, I think I will stop here. The Pareto's optimum. Yeah. Reloading. second pass. You know what? Oh yeah, okay. I'll do that like this. Second pass right now. Ooh. Oh. Yes, because the paint is translucent, somehow, you know, this kind of, oh, I think it's fine. Fine AF. Ooh. Yeah, I think it's cool. What do you think, guys? So it gets darker, when it's, but you still have some definition. Yeah, I think, what do you think, guys? Tell me in the comments. Enough, too much, not enough, something. Oh, let me clean and restart. So I washed the brush because the paint started to dry. And so just making sure, well, it doesn't really dry on the bristles. So otherwise that would be a problem. You can already see some green here. And but what can we do? That's life. Okay, I've reloaded the paint. I have a lot, really. Let's try to, yeah. Whew. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. So that's the sides that are done. These are the sides that are not done. Yeah, there is a big difference. So that's cool. I don't want to, ooh, yeah, it's looking nice. Yeah, I don't want to do something that is that, well, it's not awful, it's not dreadful. Because I have nice sharp edges to catch on. Yep. Next is this one is done. So this one, so I have 2 left. So here there are 6 and here there are only 5. So, you know, always starting by the most difficult. Here I don't have enough water because I reloaded the paint but did not wash the, and this is really, this is Vallejo, and Vallejo not as great as AK. So this is AK. And also it's an old pot, so very old. I think I bought it, yeah, no joke, when I was 20, around 20, I started to, you know, get interested again. I bought many paints but did not get back to painting. So these are about 10 years. Yes, I'm that old. So they're still holding up pretty well, but maybe now the new, if I bought the new Vallejo ones, they would be better. You know, they constantly improve the formula, but I would not. I would directly buy AK. And I'm not sponsored. I've just tried the product, and just like I have told you I bought a mini Vallejo, and even more recently. But the AK paints, they are better. They flow better, they have better coverage. The consistency is more fluid, yet keeps good coverage. It's insane. Oh, let me just redo my tip here. Yeah, okay, something like this. How much? How many? One. Okay. I can count to one. Well, that's not very much the tune, but I can only count to one. That's the tune. Oops. Yeah, I was feeling something like this because I have to redo it. Redo the nice OSL, bro. Keep it up. Carl Log. Thank you very much. Whew. And this is just the beginning. Oh, no, it's not really much the beginning. In fact, so for all the flesh and fur, it's done. But for the metallics, I will have, well, specular highlight with this light green I'm doing now on the claw here. Yeah, it's fine. It's cool. Okay, let's do it again. Reloading the paintbrush. So if you haven't watched my previous lives, I have 6 of these. So you see one here. I don't know if you see. I know you don't. Yeah. Okay, I have 6. So 3 squads of. No, 2 squads of 3. It's hard to count because I can only count to 1. Okay, and you know what I will do? Okay, I will do all these small. Is it possible? Let me check. Wow. Breathe. Whew. Wow, that's huge dedication to the miniature, if I say so. This is definitely not a quick job. That's the least I can say. Now tell me if it's worth it in the comments. I think, except if it burns in a fire. It should live virtually forever. You know, if it's lost or what, that would be a shame. But you know, if you really want something that will live forever, you build a castle. Let's see. Okay, you know what? I think I will do a second pass on the edge like this, just to make it even clearer. Should I? Or is it enough? Let's see, at least from that angle, because it's the most visible. I think it's already pretty clear. If it's too much, then maybe I lose some of that. You know, the gradients, natural gradients I have. Okay, better. Yeah, maybe like this. First, let's do it like this, and then and do the other one. It's pretty neat. It's okay, you know. I think it's fair enough. Whew. Think, yeah, that's the. Oh, you know what? I'll do it like this, and then I'll take a picture and see. I will judge on the picture. It will give me the answer, because the picture is very sharp. Okay, let's do the other one. I have only 5, like, I don't know, like fingers. So have also a bit more room. That's all right. That's pretty relaxing. In fact, it's easy. You just have to keep a very light touch. So not like this. This is going wrong. Okay, let's do it again. Ooh. Okay, let's do it again. Yeah, has to dry first. Load my brush, unload the brush on the palette, and then okay. Okay. Okay, cool. 2 out of 5. Trying to get to keep a straight neck and back, especially when filming. It's a bit harder. Okay. Okay, so that's because I haven't washed the brush really. It's a must every time I do a new finger. Well, let's call that a finger. If I don't resolve the brush, then I have some dry paint. It's because really it's because of the paint. It's because very old recipe for the paint. So I'm sure it doesn't have all the dilutants or some how you call that, what you can add in addition to the paint to improve the consistency. Ooh, SOS. Okay. Like flow improver and stuff. I wouldn't have this problem with a new AK pot. That's a certainty. Let's see. Okay, it's fine enough. Yeah, it's just somewhat clean job, so okay. Yes, okay, then I will redo the edge highlight. But you know, yeah, okay, I think I know why. Of course, when I keep the paint on my palette, it tends to just absorb the water, and so it's not that thick. And because it's not that thick, it doesn't cover. And because it doesn't cover, I apply more pressure on the brush. You get the drift. It's okay. Oops. Okay. And yes, the last one. Ooh. And I believe that when the claw will be done, that will be mostly it for this guy. Nice. And I will have that last one. Over here, I will also do some lightning coming out of this kind of thing here, running all on the claws and on the arm, around the arm, kind of connecting to the shoulder, something like this, you know, something kind of cool. Just on this arm though, because he's summoning this power here. But I will do it once everything, all the rest is done. Okay, the last one here. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, and again, let's do like the inside of the edges like this, the small parts here and here and here and here. Uh, okay. Oof. Yeah, I cannot get a good grip because I don't find the painting handle that takes this 16 bases, and so that's why I'm like this, struggling with that. Well, I mean for cheap. I'm not talking about the Games Workshop ones. Um, although I could come to that if I don't find anything else. Okay, is it done? Mm-hmm. Let me breathe. Okay, well, you know what, guys? I think for today's live is good enough. I may have another go, just reinforce some of these edge highlights here at the very base, or maybe even take a lighter color. I don't know. Interesting. Or maybe just leave it as is. It's pretty neat already. But either way, the lives comes to an end after 2 hours and 30 minutes of live painting. I wish you guys the best. If you feel you want to subscribe to see more, or to just to support the channel and stuff, you are very welcome. So if that's the case, thank you very much, and see you in the next broadcast. In fact, tomorrow I will be live again, surely painting this guy. It's a big piece of work. If you see all the reflections I have to do, you see all the OSL from the stones. Here he has many, and here, oh wow, 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 wow. Okay, tomorrow, this one, after a good night of sleep. Thank you very much, guys, and see you next time.